The stars are fading, the kitchen's cold and still. A yellow envelope resting on the sill. I break the seal, I hear the morning's breath. A quiet life escaping from the depth. It smells like silver ink and toasted grain. A gentle promise to wash away the pain. Fragrant paper trails running through my soul, like fresh baked bread, making my heart whole. I turn the pages slow, where the shadows used to grow. A magazine of life in a deep and steady glow. My thumbs are stained with stories yet untold. Glossy memories that never will grow old. The world is rushing somewhere far away, but in this corner I found a place to stay. Every sentence is a map, every word is a key, unlocking the woman I was meant to be. Crust and ink combine in this ritual of mine, turning gray mornings into something divine. You don't need to reach for the sky to be found. Sometimes the greatest grace is right here on the ground. Fragrant paper trails running through my soul, like fresh baked bread. I'm finally in control. I turn the pages slow, letting all the worries go. A magazine of life, the only world I need to know. Ink and bread, stay here. Monthly life. Monthly life. I found a chair beside the frosted glass, watching the long golden shadows pass. A cup of latte, a croissant on the side, my open magazine, a place to hide. And my bakery window seat, the world slows down, chasing away the pressure of the town. One page at a time, making my peace complete. A magazine of life in this quiet retreat. city's noise is just a distant hum to this little table I have finally come. The ink is fresh, the crust is warm and thin, letting the beauty of the hour begin. And my bakery window seat, the world slows down, chasing away the pressure of the town. One page at a time, making my piece complete, a magazine of life in this quiet retreat. Long drives, summer smoke and simple grace, finding my rhythm in this holy space. I underline the sentences I love, light descending softly from above. A buttercrumb falls on a photo of a sea. This quiet sanctuary is enough for me. And my bakery window seat, the world slows down, chasing away the pressure of the town. One page at a time, making my piece complete, a magazine of life in this quiet retreat. You don't need to rush, you don't need to fly, just stay in the silence and watch the world go by. Stay a little longer in the aroma, monthly life, music. Kneading the thoughts like dough in my palm, dusting the worries, finding the calm. Black ink on white paper, a balance of time, turning my life into a rhythm and rhyme. Ink and flour, the scent of the soul, baking the memories, making me whole. Every page I read, every seed I sow, a magazine of life, letting the feelings flow. Letting the feelings flow. The oven is glowing, a warm amber light. I'm underlining words that shine through the night. The kitchen is a library, the truth is so near. In the aroma of home, the answers appear. Ink and flour, the scent of the soul, baking the memories, making me whole. Every page I read, every seed I sow, a magazine of life, letting the feelings flow. A silver glow, a racing heart. This is the place where our stories start. We are all bakers of the lives that we lead, writing the chapters, sowing the seed, dusting the flour from the morning news, a story of a faraway land to chase the blues. Ink and flour, the scent of the soul, baking the memories, making me whole. Every page I read, every seed I sowed, a magazine of life, letting the feelings flow. No more pressure, no more gray. We're needing the light for a brand new day. So well fed, ink on my hand, stay monthly life. Music. The 25th of the month, a date marked in red. The smell of the news, the smell of the bread. A plastic wrap crinkles, a miracle in hand. The best kind of delivery across the land. Morning bread edition, a gift for my eyes. Freshly pressed wisdom under quiet skies. My daily magazine, a piece I renew. In the warmth of the ink, I'm finding you. No need for the screen, no need for the noise, just paper and crust and simple joys. Each column is a flavor, each quote is a treat, nourishing my mind as I sit and I eat. Morning bread edition, a gift for my eyes. Freshly pressed wisdom under quiet skies. My daily magazine, a piece I renew. In the warmth of the ink, I'm finding you. Barefoot steps on the wooden floor, a silent pledge by the kitchen door. I see the steam rising, a ghost on the wall, waiting for the pages that answer the call. It's a subscription to peace I yearly renew, finding the magic in the things that I do. Morning bread edition, a gift for my eyes. Freshly pressed wisdom under quiet skies. My daily magazine, a piece I renew. In the warmth of the ink, I'm finding you. The stars are fading fast, but the news is warm. A sanctuary built within the storm. Fresh from the press, stay warm. Monthly life music. paper, the forest, the ink, the scent of new pages, fluttering wings, the quietest music that a magazine sings, turning the gray into golden things. Words are like spices scattered so fine, creating a world that is purely mine. The rustle of paper, a soft papery sigh, like autumn leaves falling from a lavender sky. It's a tactile heaven, a physical grace, a world I can touch at my own pace. No screens to blind me, no noise to invade, just ink on the surface where memories are laid. I'm lost in the narrative, the rhythm of blue, finding the center of all that is true. Layer by layer, the dough starts to fold. These are the secrets that I choose to keep. My croissant reflection, a slow motion dream, reading between the lines where the light starts to gleam. Life is more layered than we ever could scheme. Drift in the silence down the steady stream. One bite for the senses, one page for the mind, leaving the rush and the pressure behind. The city's heartbeat is a distant sound, while my quiet anchors are finally found. The crust of the day is brittle and thin, but the center is soft, where the stories begin. Butter and ink, a soul-soothing blend, a journey to find me that doesn't have to end. I fold up my worries like paper and dough, watching the seeds of my future grow. warms up my soul, a fresh baguette that makes me feel whole. The ritual of morning, the ceremony of light, turning the page to make everything right. Coffee, bread, and stories, the trinity of peace, letting the noise of the world slowly cease. In the luxury of simple I find my release, a magazine of life on a long-term lease. Scribbling notes in the margin of gold, turning the mundane to stories untold. The aroma of roast, the crunch of the wheat. In this little corner the world is complete. We don't need much to be truly alive, just a cup and a page and the will to thrive. The steam carries whispers of places I've been, the crumbs on the table, a map of my sin. But the ink washes over and cleanses the day, helping me find a much kinder way. Pour another cup, turn another page. Welcome to the golden age. Monthly life, music, breathe with me. Simple joys, trinity of light, stay. Sifting the hours like powder so fine, my hands are stained with the ink and the grain. This is the baker's archive, a library of heat, fermenting the memories, making life sweet. A magazine written in every heartbeat, where the past and the future finally meet. Every entry's needed with patience and care, rising like sourdough in the midnight air. The world is a recipe I'm learning to read, planting the sentences like a small seed. We bake what we write what we feel, turning the ethereal into something real. We bake what we write what we feel, turning the ethereal into something real, 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 real. Oh. The shelves are heavy with the scent of the years, salt for the sorrow and ink for the fears. I'm the curator of a life well baked, finding the meaning in the choices I we bake what we write what we feel, turning the ethereal into something real. We bake what we write what we feel, turning the ethereal. Lock the door, light the fire, archive the dreams that never tire. Lock the door, light the fire, lock the door, light the fire. Lock the door, light the fire. Lock the door, light the fire. The sun starts to set on the edge of the roof. The magazine cover is the only proof that today was a masterpiece, well done and bright, like the golden crust of a loaf in the light. A golden crust afternoon, fading to blue, sealing the peace in a magazine for you in the warmth of the dusk. The rhythm is true, finding the version of me that is new. The shadows are long, the ink is now dry, a honey-hued ending to the day in the sky. The last crumb is gone, the last page is turned, embracing the lessons that I have learned. Even the sunset smells like the toast. It's the time of the day that I love the most. I'm writing a letter to the stars above, using the ink of a quiet, deep love. The bakery window is a portal of grace, showing the smile on my weary face. Softly it glows, the paper and skin. Let the quiet night begin. Monthly life music, sunset soul. Sunset soul. Sealing the scent of the morning inside a yellow craft bag with nowhere to hide. I'm sending a message to who I'll become in the rhythm of life, the steady drum. It's a letter in a bread bag, a future-bound vow, keeping the peace that I'm feeling right now. A magazine of hope, I'm showing you how to love every moment here and now. To love every crumb, to read every line, to trust that the future is already fine. When you open this bag in a year or a day, the scent of this morning will guide your way. Ordinary is holy, the daily is grand. A magazine of life held in your hand, unfolding the edges of a day well spent. In the yellow envelope, the message is sent. Don't be afraid of the shadows that grow. Have the light of the morning you know. Seal it tight, future me, stay. Stillness in the air before the world awakes. The clock is ticking slow, like ink upon the white, waiting for the morning in the fading night. The ovens whisper a low and steady song, like a new edition where I finally belong. pages slow, letting all the silence flow. A magazine of home in the embers' amber glow. I see the steam rising, a ghost against the wall, waiting for the pages that answer every call. The kitchen is a library, the bread is a return to all the simple truths we're finally here to learn. Soft heat on my face, a gentle kind of grace, finding my rhythm in this holy space. Warmth within the stone, peace within the grain. A magazine of silence to wash away the rain. No more pressure in my mind, leave the heavy road behind. In the aroma of the dawn, everything is kind. You don't need to rush, you don't need to fly. Just stay in the silence and watch the dough rise high. Rising slow, stay here. Monthly life. Golden dust motes dancing in the bakery light, settling on the cover, so vivid and so bright. The world is waking up, but I am standing still, watching how the morning meets the windowsill. Glossy morning dust on stories yet to read, a recipe for comfort is all the soul can need. I turn the pages slow, let the honey sunlight go, a magazine of life in a deep and steady glow. Trace the lines of ink beneath the peach-hued sky, finding all the versions of why I even try. Each shadow on the page is a lesson I have kept in the aroma of the morning while the city slept. Tactile heaven, a physical grace, a world I can touch at my own pace. of a life I used to know, before the heavy burdens and the seeds I had to sow. Now it's just the paper and the butter on my thumb, to this little sanctuary I have finally come. A tactile heaven, a physical grace, a world I can touch at my own pace. Not every answer comes in thunder. Some arrive in light, dancing in the dust motes till everything is right. Golden light on the edge, monthly life, music. Kneading every heartbeat into the heavy dough, writing every sorrow where the starlight used to flow. Black ink on white paper, a balance of the time, turning my existence into rhythm and a rhyme. A recipe for memory, baked in every line, a magazine of flavors making today divine. I turn the pages slow, letting all the memories grow, a library of bread that only I can know. Salt and ink and sugar, the balance of the years, rising from the silence, conquered by our fears. My hands are stained with grain, my mind is stained with ink, a dedicated artisan on the very edge of the brink. Sifting through the hours like powder so fine, we bake what we write what we feel, turning the ethereal into something real, in the kitchen of the soul where the archives start to rise. Finding my own version under sapphire morning skies. Flour on the table, ink upon the sheet, the third ingredient that makes it all complete. Sifting time, ink on my hand. Sifting time, ink on my hand. Crackle of the crust, a sound so thin and old. Rustle of the paper, a story to be told. The stars are fading fast, the kitchen's low and dim, letting all the quietness fill me to the brim. A paper crust lullaby, drifting through the dark, igniting every memory with a single tiny spark. the pages slow where the shadows used to grow. A magazine of peace in a deep and steady glow. Close your eyes and listen to the rhythm of the turn. The center always soft for all the hearts that burn. Night is like a blanket wrapped in flour and ink, a sanctuary for the mind that finally dares to think. One bite for the senses, one page for the mind, leaving all the rush and the pressure far behind. Gliding my fingers along the paper cliff, breathing in the forest and the ink's dark sniff. It's the quietest music that a magazine can sing. In the texture of the moment, my spirit finds its wing. Listen to the breath of the page. Sometimes the greatest grace is found within this cage. Listen, stay warm. Listen, stay warm. Monthly life music. My hands are stained with grain, my mind is stained with ink. A dedicated artisan on the very edge of the brink, sifting through the hours like powder so fine, recording all the shadows, drawing every line. Artisan's ink flowing like the heat, making life a masterpiece in every single beat. I turn the pages slow, letting all the wisdom grow. A magazine of purpose in a deep and steady glow. We craft the world we live in, one loaf and one report. The magazine of courage, our only true resort. Every entry needed with patience and with care, rising like the sourdough in the midnight air. Barefoot steps on wooden floors, a silent pledge at dawn, waiting for the morning light that's already drawn. The archives of the morning are warm upon the shelf, finding in the craft a way to find myself. It's a luxury of simple, a trinity of light, keeping me so steady, keeping me so bright. Lock the door, light the fire, archive every dream that will never tire. Lock the door, light the fire, archive every dream peace within monthly life music. Shaking off the powder from the morning news, a story of a faraway land to chase away the blues. Lamplight glows so soft through the evening mist, stories in each moment that the stars have kissed. Flower-dusted headlines blurring in the sun, a magazine for resting when all the work is done. I turn the pages slow, let the honey rhythm flow, a magazine of leisure in a deep and steady glow. I don't need the answers, I only need the vibe, to feel the gentle spirit of the human tribe. Every crumb a sentence, every page a crumb, to this little sanctuary I have finally come. Let it blur, let it stay, chasing all the pressure of the busy town away. Underlining sentences that make my heart feel whole, scribbling in the margins to take back my control. The aroma of the roast, the crunch of the wheat, in this little corner my world is complete. No more pressure, no more gray, we're needing all the light for a brand new day. Let it stay. Flower on my hand, monthly life music. The mug is almost burning, the steam is thick and white. The first page is calling to lead me through the light. A yellow craft bag with nowhere to hide, sealing all the scent of the morning inside. A steaming chapter open, a world about to bloom. The scent of bread and wisdom filling up the room. I turn the pages slow, letting all the stories grow. A magazine of hope in a deep and steady glow. Every word is nourishing, every photo is a door. I'm finding all the wonders I never saw before. The world outside can wait, beyond the frosted pane. I'm lost within a paragraph, and I won't look back. chapter. Monthly life music. I leave the flower resting. I set the timer low. I find the page I started an hour or so ago. A teaspoon hums so soft against the porcelain cup. Slowly my little world is finally waking up. The baker's bookmark, a crease inside the soul. A moment just for me to make the spirit whole. I turn the pages slow, letting all the quiet grow. A magazine of rest in a deep and steady glow. The magazine is waiting, a patient, quiet friend. A journey to the center that doesn't have to end. I underline the magic, I breathe in all the ink. A bridge across the morning before I have to think. No grand speech is needed, only comfort that I know. In the calm between the days where the feelings go. The traffic comes in lines far beyond the door. But here I find the stillness that I was looking for. A satin bookmark tied to a melody so sweet, making my own morning finally complete. Time stands still for a single line, finding in the silence a version of me that's divine. Time stands still. Bookmark. Monthly life music. Honey on the table, amber in the wheat. The magazine cover is the only proof. Amber grain narrative told in gold and gray. A magazine of seasons to end the perfect day. I turn the pages slow, letting all the shadows flow. A magazine of life in a deep and steady glow. I see the harvest colors in every glossy sheet. The pulse of life is steady, the circle is complete. We are what we remember, we are the bread we share, finding all the answers in the sunlit air. sunset smells like the toast. Smells like it's the time of the day that I love the most. I'm tracing the lines of a story yet untold underneath the honey hue where we won't grow old. The world is rushing by somewhere far away, but in this golden light I found a place to stay. Honey on the table. The bag is finally sealed. The magazine is closed. I put away the ink, I put away the green, trusting in the light that will come to us again. Freshly pressed peas, the scent of end and start, a library of bread held within the heart. I turn the pages slow, letting all the worries go. A magazine of you in a deep and steady glow. You don't need to reach for the sky to be found. Sometimes the greatest grace is right here on the ground, sealing all the scent of the morning inside a yellow craft bag with nowhere to hide. Heart and soul, in this quiet moment I am finally whole. I'm folding up the edges of a day well spent in the yellow envelope. The message has been sent. Don't be afraid of the shadows that grow.